Chrystia Freeland, the former finance minister who is running to replace Justin Trudeau as Canada's prime minister, said on Monday that Canada needs to release a retaliation list of goods the country would target if U.S. President Donald Trump makes good on his threat to slap 25% tariffs on Canadian goods. A list of products worth 200 billion Canadian dollars, or about 139 billion US dollars, would send a message to U.S. exporters about the harm tariffs would cause them, Freeland said in a statement. Being smart means retaliating where it hurts, she said. Our counterpunch must be dollar for dollar, and it must be precisely and painfully targeted. Florida orange growers, Wisconsin dairy farmers, Michigan dishwasher manufacturers, and much more. Now is the moment when Canada must make clear to Americans the specific costs that will accompany any tariff measures by the Trump administration. Trump has said he will use economic coercion to pressure Canada to become the nation's 51st state. He continues to erroneously cast the U.S. trade deficit with Canada, a natural resource-rich nation that provides the U.S. with commodities like oil as a subsidy. Canada is the top export destination for 36 U.S. states. Nearly 3.6 billion Canadian dollars, or about 2.7 billion U.S. dollars, worth of goods and services cross the border each day. Jean Rees, Senior Associate Dean at the University of British Columbia Sauder School of Business, said Canada should retaliate against any tariffs, but warned against publicizing a list in advance, citing the risk of antagonizing Trump and making it harder for him to back off on his threats. He always wants to win, said Rees. He doesn't want to show any weakness. Freeland said Monday that if she wins the leadership race and becomes prime minister, she would also prohibit American companies from bidding on Canadian federal procurement, excluding defense. She also said she would convene an international summit with the leaders of Mexico, Denmark, Panama, and the President of the European Union to coordinate a joint response to challenges to our sovereignty and our economies. Some lawmakers have suggested Canada could stop energy shipments to the United States, a move opposed by Danielle Smith, the premier of Canada's oil-rich province of Alberta. Former central banker Mark Carney, who is also running for the Liberal leadership, said over the weekend that cutting off Quebec's hydro exports to the U.S. should remain an option on the table in a trade fight with Trump. It was Freeland's abrupt resignation as finance minister last month that forced Trudeau to say he is resigning as prime minister and party leader. Trudeau is to remain prime minister until a new Liberal Party leader is chosen on March 9th. The next Liberal leader could be the shortest tenured prime minister in the country's history. All three opposition parties have vowed to bring down the Liberals' minority government in a no-confidence vote after Parliament resumes on March 24th. An election is expected this spring.